5, I got Surf, Downey Trumpet and the Social Experiment. 4, I got Subtrap by Jay, I don't know. 3, I got Bang 3 by Chief Keef. 2, I got At Long Last ASAP by ASAP. And 1, obviously, To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh God.
At 5, I got The Game Documentary 2. Shout out to Dane for putting me on. If it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't listen to that. At 4, I got Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. At 3, I got Fetty Wap. At 2, I got Wale, the album About Nothing. And at 1, I got A$AP Rocky, of course.
Hey, first off, shout out to my sister for graduating. Jonathan Cohen, shout out. First one in the family. Alright, but my top 5 is, at number 5, I got Meek Mill, Dreams Worth More Than Money, Fire. At number 4, I got Drake, If You're Reading This Too Late. At number 3, I got A$AP Rocky, Allah. At number 2, I got Pusha T, Thunder Before Dawn, Fire. And at number 1, I got The Pimp Butterfly, Kendrick. I love myself.
My 5 album is Future, DS2. My number 4 is Young Thug, Barter 6. My number 3 album is Documentary 2 by The Game. My number 2 album is Wale's album About Nothing. And then number 1, of course, is Travis Scott with Rodeo. Alright, look, so the reason I picked my top 5, the reason I think Future is in the top 5 at number 5 is because, like, everybody knows, like, Future is fire right now. He might be one of the most popular rappers out, and I think the piece of work that he put out, that joint was solid. Like, solid as a bitch. I always thought his mixtapes are usually better than albums, but that album right there was better than most of his mixtapes. So I was like, alright, yeah, that gotta be on there. Number 4, Young Thug is tough, man. Everything that he put out is tough. I don't care what he do outside of his songs or even what he says in the songs, man. I know that's not gonna change what I do, like myself. I'm not condoning whatever he's talking about, but as music wise, like getting the dance, getting me by my head, yeah, Young Thug. The reason why I picked number 3 is The Game. I just think The Game, he's one of the most slept on rappers. That man been in the game for a minute, and I think he tells a story in his raps, and he also speaks real shit. Like, and I think he's a real nigga, so I gotta respect that. Number 2, Wale. You cannot like disregard his like lyrical shit that he like, his poetic shit that he be talking in his rap. Like when you like you gotta go on Rap Genius to look at his shit and be like, damn son, like I couldn't even peep that when I was listening to that. But like he also tells a story too, and then he from Maryland, so I gotta jump on that, no homo. And then number 1, The Rodeo with Travis Scott. Travis Scott, he's also one of the most, he's not even slept on, but he's one of the, I think personally he's one of the top rappers right now. He be putting on fire. Everybody's trying to fuck with him in the game too, and his joint, his 1 through 17 or how many songs he had on the album, all of them is tough to me.
That's the worst I've ever heard in my life.
So who?
He literally named all triple styrofoam weed plate artists. Like, niggas no bump. They have no content. All you listen, that type of music, all it's for is beats. Like, Future got some bump. But, like, most of the time it's just all instrumental. Like, niggas is not saying nothing. They don't got no concept. It's not cohesive. It's just a bunch of good songs just put together, mumbo-jumbled, and then it sounds repetitive. So you're not even getting different type of sounds. Like, that's how is that the top 5 albums of the year? Disrespecting the culture.
I agree with Armel, like your list is y'all trash, but the reason the sales isn't indicative of like how good music is. So stop using that as a reason.
Nah, but I'm saying like I don't think it's just because of the sales. Like the music is just triple styrofoam music. Like
it's not.
It's
the music or the artist.
The music. The music is the artist.
We've gotten too analytical in rap. Just because something doesn't tell a story or doesn't talk about police violence doesn't mean it's not good. Like it's the feeling.
But Michael Jackson wasn't talking about, hey, stop the violence, but it was a cohesive project. These people don't, it's really like, yo, here go one song from the Blue, here go another song. I'm going to just make 15 of these, and that's the album.
Young Thug, because he's just talking about Young Thug right there, because everybody else on the list is solid as fuck. Young Thug shit, when you listen to him, like J. Cole said, the hate in your heart can't stop your soul from vibing with it, man. Listen, I got a perfect example. We was at a party, right, and Chet came on. And this nigga right here, put the camera on him. Put the camera. This nigga started two-stepping out the whole joint. And I said, oh, this is a Young Thug song. And cuz is like,
what part is this?
Whoa, stop,
What part
man.
is this?
At 5, I got The Game. I mean, like you said, every rap metaphor ends in his name. This is like his best project since probably the first documentary. I love the features on it. Like, he was just snapping from beginning to end. At 4, I got Kendrick Lamar. I know niggas like, oh, we don't know how to act. Like, what he was talking about, like the content of it was obviously like almost near flawless. But like, if you ask anybody, when was the last time you listened to Pimp a Butterfly? It has no replay value. Music is supposed to like grab your attention, make you want to play 1,000 times. Like, people can walk down the street, you will still hear Biggie, you'll still hear Tupac. If you're not listening to Pimp a Butterfly 3 months later, how you gonna listen to it 10 years after? Like, for me, replay value has to have a big impact in music, and like that's pretty much like why I have him at 4. At 3, I got Freddie Wap. Me personally, I don't like artists that use like any artists that use auto-tune, but like Freddie Wap just grabs my attention. He's not a rapper, he's an entertainer, and like he's a performer, but he's classified as hip hop, like modern day hip hop 2015, and like he has a platinum hit, Trap Queen. My Way's on his way to being platinum. What he's putting out in today's like for modern hip hop is like is undeniable. At 2, I got Wale. People like to downplay him because like he's a little bit emotional, or like he tried to do the pop thing with the singing. People say he's the Drake who can't sing. Yeah, his lyrics and like especially this project when he went back to his roots, like this is undeniable. This is probably the most slept on album of the year. People don't want to give any credit because who he is and like the actual project. And then A$AP Rocky, like there's zero bias. If you would have asked me about A$AP Rocky before this album, I would have probably told you he was trash. 'Cause that's what I thought. But like I actually sat down and listened to this, and I've never listened to anything A$AP and was like, damn, this is just flames. Like this is the hottest album of the year.
I lied.
At 5, I had Surf, and I mean, if you watch the show, you know I'm all with the positivity or whatever. So that's basically the main reason that got on. 4, I had Subtrap, and I just liked it because it was really interesting. Like, I've heard rappers tell stories. I've heard rappers tell stories in different perspectives, but what he does in this tape, he takes maybe like 8 or 9, I don't know, a bunch of different perspectives, and he tells his own story in that way. So I just thought it was really interesting. And Bang 3, goddamn, she keep up. Look, Bang 3. That was probably the only album of the year, honestly, that I just wasn't bored the whole time. Like, I was bumping the whole time. The only song, Ain't Missing You or whatever, but it was a little ballad for his man, so I mean, he gets a pass for that. 2, At Long Last, A$AP. Honestly, this is the only album that I thought was about to be on everybody's list. I feel like this album has everything you could want, like, but with A$AP's little, like, dark twists or whatever. Yeah, To Pimp a Butterfly. Look, you already knew this was coming.
Oh my gosh, bro!
Look, listen.
You want a TDE shirt?
Listen, no exaggeration here. I promise you. Kendrick Lamar is the most important rapper since Tupac. And To Pimp a Butterfly is Kendrick Lamar's most important album. We always talk about culture. How can you not put this album somewhere? This is everything for the culture. This is literally everything you could want. I really don't understand how you could. And that's not even getting into the music yet. But okay, if that's not on your list, I just don't understand.
I got 5 album. Even though people be like they hating on my man Meek Mill, man, you can't deny good music. He got all the bump you want. He gonna blow out your car, cause Meek Mill, yeah, he the real. Meek Mill number 5.
Back to back.
Dreams worth more than money. We don't stop it. Hey, number 4. How ironic is it? Number 4 is Drake. If you're reading this too late. Just because, even though it wasn't as a cohesive project, all the songs on there was good. So you gotta put that on. It's good musically. We know Drake sing, rap, all that. He's dope. Number 3 is A$AP, my grill brethren. You feel me? Hey, A$AP, Allah is the real. It got good music. That Holy Ghost touch your soul, man. If you hate on that, dog, then you hate on God. Cause it's that real. And it got all type of music you want. It got that Southern Screw. It got that Uptown New York, like gully, whatever you want. And it's just a great body of work. This A$AP best work. Undisputed, like undeniable. Number 2, you gotta go with King Pusha T, man. The most underrated, him and Fabulous are the 2 most underrated rappers in the game for like years upon years. Pusha T, literally, dog, he make you sniff cocaine even if you sober. Like, he puts you in the drug house. Like, he puts you like right there. Like, you feel it. Every single song on there is fire. Just because I love the culture, man. I can't play myself. I'm not gonna play you. Kendrick Lamar, To Pimp a Butterfly. it's the most important album in the 2010s. Like, if you're black, even if that's not your style of music, you gotta appreciate it for what it is. Like, it's just a great body of work. It has like, it brings back funk music, like soul music. Like, come on, man. He basically tricked people on this album because it's really an underground hip hop album that happened to go mainstream. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, it's one of those like you have to literally be a hip hop head to listen to, but he made the masses listen to it, and it has everything you want, man.
Okay, alright, real quick. Justin Bieber shit, The Purpose is better than everybody's album. Everybody. Yo, my man's, listen.
What?
He sold more in the first week than the Beatles, man.
I don't know. I just feel like people, they look at Kendrick's work and like, they look at his names like, oh, it's Kendrick Lamar. It has to be somewhere near the top. And I feel like honestly, when was the last time you put that on? How often do you listen to it? Keep it about.
Not often.
How often do you listen to it?
Not often. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Alright. So music, the main purpose of music is to like grab your attention. Like you should want to, like it should, like oh I want to hit play. Like it has to have replay value. If you're not listening to it, how good is it really? Because rappers are supposed to make timeless music, right? But if they're not grabbing your attention, if you're not turning it on unless you're doing an album review, like how good is it really? The ideas and what he talked about and like the idea of confusing like hip hop and jazz, like it's all like beautiful. Like it's insane how he was able to do it, but like he didn't do that well. Like the idea of doing it is cool, but he didn't do that well on the whole album as a whole.
He did it pretty well.
He did it. Hey man, like I said,
obviously not if you guys aren't listening to it.
It's not an album that you play every day. It's one of those albums that you play, you take it in.
Play every day.
Alright, but you play, you listen to it. Like you don't have to watch a classic movie or classic anything every day, but that album is the best album for the culture in the last 5 years.
I think
it's undisputed.
You're looking more towards
Let me say something for real. All right, look. This what I'm gonna, cause we always do analogies, whatever. So I'm gonna say this album is like a really good book or something. It's Moby Dick, it's Frankenstein. It might be boring at times, but it's a masterpiece. You can't deny the work. Like the effects of this album are gonna be here years to come. You can't deny.
Like masterpieces are always revisited. I know, like it's important. I know it's like the actual music on it is important, but that doesn't mean it was done well. Like that doesn't mean he did the whole project well. Like he didn't. It wasn't a.
That's what I've been saying too. People act like, I mean, it's not like bump, but it's like it's good.
It's
music.
not. I'm not saying fucking.
No.
Four Silk Drums is not.
No. I know it's not. But I'm saying like it's good music. Like it sounds good. People always act like it doesn't sound good.
It does not sound good.
You would
not pay that shit in your car.
I would.
There's like two
majority, something like all right, good, cool, bump. The rest of those are honestly, like if these raps are top.
I don't want to hear anything negative about this album, bro. They're singing lyrics at Black Lives Matter protests and shit. Like you can't stop. There's no negativity coming this way.
Sometimes you gotta sometimes the impact is undeniable. Like sometimes the impact is so great where your opinion don't count. That impact for that album is undeniable to where if you say negatives about it, it's cool, but your point have to be spot on than more than just do you play it all the time. Like no, bruh. This album is relevant to people that's 60 years old and it's relevant to kids that's not even born yet.
So
because
black people,
the things he's talking about is relevant to every black person that live in America or live in an impoverished area and have to come up hard.
And that's hip hop.
And that's as hip hop as possible, and that's more impactful than any album that's came out in the last 5 years. So what are we arguing about?
Just because it's important and good content doesn't mean it's great. Like Lupe Fiasco puts out great music on time, but his music gets banished because it's not good music. Like you feel how I'm coming from?
Kendrick makes quality music.
He does.
What was you?
I'm talking about this
earlier?
project.
You were saying earlier how it's low key like an underground album or whatever, but he pushed it on the masses. Where people are listening to this. Like somebody like Lupe or like Lupe or someone, they make music like this, but no one's listening to it. The fact that people are actually listening to it proves that you can't say it's not good. Like they're listening to it.
That's because they feel like it's Kendrick.
People will listen to anything you put in their face.
He's been spitting like this since he came out though.
But my thing is you don't have to listen to it because my thing is this album is greater than Good Kid, Mad City. It's on everybody. It's literally every list I've seen is #1 or #2. Nobody is downplaying. Like no music critic is putting this album below 3. Nobody.
Does that have to do with your?
No, I'm saying this. I'm just saying this is my thing because when you make music and you talk about timeless music, timeless music is music that everybody can listen to. Like when your grandma could bump it, when your mom could bump it, when your aunt could bump it, when you could bump it, when your kids could, everybody can bump this Kendrick Lamar album. It's not for the club. It's not for no turn up. It's none of that. It's not for that. But I'm talking about as far as just like everyday life music, it's the best album in the last 5 years, undeniably. Anybody here can make music Lil Durk make, like right now. Anybody.
We're just talking about repetitiveness with like a Future or Young Thug, but literally every song on Fetty Wap's album is I'm trying to get this money and these niggas hating, or I'm trying to fuck with you baby and these niggas hating, and then you throwing it yeah, and then like that's it.
No.
That's literally the whole.
Are you bumping Fetty Wap outside the club or a party?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you bumping Fetty Wap when you at the house?
Yeah.
Chilling?
Yeah.
Alright, bro. Alright.
You don't
They're
listen
different
to
type of human beings.
2 hours talking about you don't even fucking listen to Kendrick, so
No, I said I don't play it over
you
and
don't
over.
play, you don't play it over and over. So whether I
But-
play Fetty Wap over and over, what does that have to do with in the club or in the car?
But I said,
Yeah.
are you bumping Fetty? Because the house music, you're not gonna bump Fetty Wap when you just chilling at the crib.
The type of
So,
music doesn't
if you're not-
deteriorate how well it's
So my
done.
thing is, if you're not bumping it in the club or in the car, then where are you listening to Fetty Wap at?
Your headphones, right?
I'm listening to Fetty Wap whenever.
Yeah.
That's the song of the year on it.
What?
Trap Queen, baby.
Come on, man.
Come on, son. Come on. My way. Come on, son. Like, what are we talking about?
Everybody-
No Days Off. Like,
No Days Off is fire, boy. Time
no
is
days
fire,
off.
man.
The only reason that someone can tell me that's not good is because of Monty. I know you gotta
That's it,
take
that's
care of
it.
your boy,
Monty.
but Monty can't rap. Stop putting him on your artwork, bruh. Monty is garbage,
Monty
bruh.
had the diamond. He's selling. That's 3 and nothing. That's 3. How much more you need?
All right, hey, look, this
That's
let me get that. Let me get
I'm supposed to name 100 rappers that sell.
Real quick, let me get
If
Dyson.
Young Thug, no nigga.
Listen,
no, I just called a play. You get paid.
Listen, when I listen to my music, I want to get up and dance, man. I don't want to think about life, thinking about where I'm gonna go protest next. I want to think about how I'm gonna beat my feet to it. You feel me?
Real life is about dancing all day.
Why?
How many times do you dance out 24 hours?
Well, I want to be dancing more. My knee fucked up. Okay, so I'm.
So when you're going through real life problems, you rather listen to Young Thug and just dance through it.
No, but I want to listen to Kendrick. I want to put it on Kendrick shit. I put on Lil Herb. That's it. I put on Lil Herb. I can't put him
But
on
you don't
this
sell
shit.
drugs.
I don't need to sell
You don't
drugs.
tote guns.
I don't need
So
to.
you can't listen.
You
to
don't
it.
come from the slums.
But I don't need a couple of struggles to be in the struggle though.
So you can't listen to that.
It's just it's
So
different
you
type
can't
of
listen to
struggles.
it?
It's different
It
type of
is.
struggles.
So you can't listen to that music if you're not in that situation.
No, but I'm saying when you're struggling, you want to listen to relatable music.
No. Yeah, struggle. I don't have to necessarily have the same situations that he has.
Okay, so
Like with all this debate, we're getting way too analytical right now. Because music is art and art is feeling. So something like To Pimp a Butterfly, like when I hear you and Kendrick's rapping in that drunk, crying voice and shit, that makes me feel something. It might not make you feel something, but it makes me feel something. That's why he's on my list. That's why Chief Keef's on my list. That's why Chance the Rapper's on my list, because they make me feel. So you can't get too analytical saying like how much sales they get or what type of music they're making as a point to where it should be on the list.
He was talking about if you didn't live in that situation, like you may relate to somebody else's situation differently. Like personally with J. Cole, like I didn't have the same situation growing up, but like there's so many things I can grab from what he talks about. Even though it's like me and him are completely different. Like just because you didn't grow up in the same situation as somebody else doesn't mean you can't listen to their music and relate to them.
how do you relate to music when you have no idea what he's talking about?
He grew up in Section 8. All of them did. And so the way he had to make it out was like trap, right? Okay, his mother and his father, right? He had both his parents. I only have my mother, right? And she has 6 kids, right? And so me growing up in the suburbs, I'm lucky to be in the suburbs. My mom won the house off of a lottery. Like I'm lucky to be in the suburbs. Before that I was living in I was living in apartments in Germantown with 5 other sisters, right? So I think I lived in poverty when I was younger. I didn't have to go sell drugs to get out of poverty, but God bless our family and moved us out to the suburbs. But I still, at the end of the day, I can still relate to him because we both went through a struggle. We both got out different ways, but at the end of the day, we both struggled, and now we're both living better. So I can, relate to him.
I still don't see the correlation.
How? Wait.
I don't.
Hey, does everybody else?
You don't have to relate to it.
I'm gonna give it a football analogy. Marshall Faulk can relate to someone like an Adrian Peterson as being a great running back, right? But they have 2 different styles, right? Marshall Faulk's a pass catcher,
But he'll still respect the other.
yeah, and he'll still respect the other. But he can relate to Adrian Peterson, can he not? Even though they have different styles, as being a great running back, right?
But they're playing the same thing, though. They're playing the same sport.
The same hip hop.
But I said, What part of his life can you talk about?
The camera's
you can
on me
relate
and
to?
I'm Mel's talking.
Yeah, you thinking about eating booty, bro? Get it out.
Nigga, he was getting out the
How?
bathroom.
How?